How do the cast film the show's most intimate scenes? What strict on-set rule does everyone have to follow? And what unexpected sacrifices has Shanola Hampton had to make during shoots? Hi, I'm Dylan, taking you behind the scenes of your favorite Showtime series, Shameless. Filming those intimate scenes. Any fan of this show will tell you that very few episodes of the series air without showing a few notorious love scenes. So how do the actors maintain a little bit of modesty when filming these takes? Well, Emmy Rossum revealed that all female cast members are given little triangular panty liner that they paste onto themselves. According to Rossum, this helps to keep the scenes realistic but not real. In a 2011 interview with the Las Vegas Sun, Rossum stated, "It's definitely an acquired experience. You look over and the camera guy is very politely averting his gaze between takes. It's clear that ensuring that the actors feel comfortable is an important part of set life. However, it also helps that the cast members are not only colleagues, but real-life friends. This helps to make filming these steamy scenes a lot easier on the cast." In an interview with Collider, Rossum commented on what it was like filming these scenes with fellow actor and on-screen love interest Justin Chatwin. "We have a lot of fun and we laugh a lot, and we don't take anything too seriously. We're very comfortable with each other. But even with professional actors and our rating didn't mean the show wouldn't get some criticism for how realistic these scenes look. But Rossum continues to take the criticisms with a pinch of salt, saying, "I think people are going to love it or be completely offended, and we welcome both. As long as people have a visceral reaction to something you've created, I think that's cool," proving how the show and its actors have learned to lean into both the praises and criticisms. The golden rule on set. Taking a glimpse behind the scenes of Shameless will quickly prove that this definitely isn't your typical TV set. Most series actors receive their scripts and quickly familiarize themselves with their lines, but don't have to exactly memorize them as someone is always on set to quickly help them out. But the same can't be said for the Shameless set. The cast is not allowed to have their scripts on set. Showrunners insist that the actors learn their lines fully, as if learning lines for a play, before reporting to set. Many of the cast members have referred to the show being run more like a theater boot camp, with every single actor showing up already knowing their lines by heart. In an interview with Uproxx, Emmy Rossum revealed that every single actor on the show is held to a high standard. "I think that this show, the way it's run, sides are not allowed on our set. No actors are given scripts on the day. Everyone shows up learning all their lines." The show's executive producer, John Wells, says that he wants the actors to play their parts as naturally as possible, and that forcing them to have the script memorized helps to ensure that. But the rule doesn't only extend to the stars of the show. Even guest stars and day players are expected to fully memorize their lines prior to arriving on set. According to Rossum, everyone on set is expected to act professionally whether they are a kid or a senior. It's all business on John Wells' set. The actors go behind the camera. You may enjoy seeing Fiona and Frank in front of the camera, but did you know that these two fan favorites have gone on to direct episodes of the Showtime series? That's right, both Gallaghers have tried their hand at shooting an episode of the critically acclaimed series, and it seems like they both fit perfectly in the director's chair. In an interview with Variety, Emmy Rossum filled eager fans in on what it was like to make her directorial debut, saying, "I'd wanted to do it for a while. Working so closely with John Wells and our original director, Mark Mylod, the real authentic connection they had to the characters in this family, I felt the same passion and protectiveness and excitement about telling that story." Rossum also shared that she thought that the team would have gone easy on her since it was her very first time directing a series hit, but they didn't. "I thought they would toss me a bone and go easy on me, but they threw me into the deep end without my waders," says Rossum. "They were like, 'Swim, child,' and I survived." Next in the director's chair was none other than Frank, aka William H. Macy, who would also take his turn behind the camera. But taking on the role of director wasn't exactly easy for the actor. In fact, Macy called directing his episode as the hardest thing he's ever done. According to sources, the actor didn't feel like he had the authority to make drastic changes to a show that was already so well established. It's clear Macy got over this fear, as his episode aired to much fan acclaim. Macy later went on to even write an episode of Shameless, becoming the show's first ever triple threat by acting, writing, and directing the show. I think it's safe to say that the real-life Frank is a little more responsible than his on-screen character. One character equals 5 actors. Did you know that one specific character on the Shameless set has had 5, yes that's 5, different actors play the role? Yes, none other than the youngest Gallagher member Liam has been played by 5 different boys. Fans with a keen eye for detail would have noticed the actors playing Liam have changed throughout the seasons. According to Vulture, twins Blake and Brennan Johnson played the little boy from seasons 1 to 3, only to be replaced by twins Brendan and Brandon Sims after that. And since kids don't always exactly age quickly enough for a TV show's liking, his age was fast-forwarded. Our beloved Liam, therefore, underwent another casting change in the show's 8th season when the twins were replaced instead with 9-year-old Christian Isaiah. But having a number of babies on set is quite the norm for Shameless. As if Liam's constant changes weren't enough, Isadora Goyrichter, who plays Svetlana, told Huffington Post that there are even more babies on set than what's shown on screen, saying, "Basically, for every baby, there's a set of twins," she said. "And if they are newborns, I think there are 2 sets of twins because they can only be under the lights and in front of the camera for a very short amount of time." Executive producer John Wells weighed in on the baby chaos and rather constant recasting of Liam, saying, "The family dynamic made me think that it was important to raise the stakes for Liam and raise his visibility. To the relief of many fans, it seems like the latest Liam isn't going anywhere anytime soon, especially since the more experienced young actor Christian Isaiah continues to embrace a deeper and more complex role in later seasons as the show's writers continue to ramp up his subplot at an increasingly fast pace." Which has many of us wondering, what's in store for the youngest Gallagher? Design secrets you might have missed. Now, many people wouldn't exactly refer to the Gallaghers as the most stylish family on the TV block, but that isn't to say that a lot of time and energy doesn't go into each and every one of their outfits. Never mind the styling of their homes. Yes, even their home has an exceptional behind-the-scenes art director that helps create the ever-dingy and grudgy home that we've all grown to know and love. The show's art directors mentioned that the illusion of hand-me-downs continues to be the show's central styling theme. In fact, there are still pieces from season 1 that fans will notice popping up again and again. However, if you are a real Shameless fan, you would have noticed that all of the items in any character's home continue to undergo a little wear and tear throughout the various seasons, to show the slight deterioration of their home over time. The show also leaves around little background design elements to add to its aesthetics. For example, did you ever notice the pieces of chewed gum stuck throughout Val and Kev's bar which looked to resemble a real-life bar scene? According to the show's set director, Matt Callahan, he knew the design of the bar was complete once he had stuck all those pieces of gum down there. But the rather peculiar behind-the-scenes decor ideas don't just end there. Did you happen to notice all of the hilarious baby-proofing done throughout Val and Kev's house? Like the stuffed animals taped to sharp corners of their home? While they may not have exactly gotten the spotlight on the show, these design choices are intended to be a hilarious background addition that adds to the charm of the show. Cast sacrifices. Well, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise that these cast members work hard. Creating an award-winning series definitely doesn't come without some serious sacrifices, and the Shameless family have the sleepless nights to prove it. Playing a starring role in the series means getting used to pulling some all-nighters in order to perfect certain scenes. In an extensive behind-the-scenes look at the day of a Shameless star, Shanola Hampton, who plays the ever-fabulous Val, gives fans a sneak peek of her early morning hair and makeup stops and her character's final scene du jour. And while the thought of pulling late nights sounds less than appealing to the average person, many of the stars have leaned into the creative process and embraced late-night shooting. In fact, Rossum went on to post an Instagram shot after a late-night shoot, captioning the post, "Best part about night shooting is getting to have lunch with my friends during the day. Welcome to LA, Dory Golkin," Emmy wrote on Instagram with the pic. The cast has also had to get used to some rather odd weather conditions. While the series is actually set in chilly Chicago, many of the scenes are filmed in sunny LA, which means they've had to get used to acting out cold scenes in the middle of LA's scorching summers. So while they may be donning woolen fleeces and several jackets in the middle of a heat wave, it's just another sacrifice that they make for us Shameless fans. The truth behind emotional scenes. It's no secret that while the show is loved for its rather risky approach to dark humor and its rather steamy scenes, but many critics have also applauded the actors for their portrayal of the character's more emotional side. And while tapping into a more vulnerable state is a part of the job, creators of the show have made sure not to exploit the actors during these scenes, as many have dealt with their own mental health struggles. In fact, Cameron Monaghan, who plays Ian Gallagher, has also opened up about how portraying his character's struggle with bipolar was a particularly trying task for the actor. Sitting down with Interview magazine, Monaghan said, "It's been tricky to find ways to play it without pushing it over the top, so it's not exploitative of mental illness. That's something I've been talking to the writers about being conscientious of." So how do the directors ensure that the actors are able to disassociate from their character after filming these emotional scenes? With laughter. Yes, the directors are said to encourage the actors to joke around in order to break the tension. In fact, in one image, Rossum can be seen with some crew members joking around. Which is surprising, seeing as the scene Rossum was shooting on this particular day called for her to completely break down and openly weep. As a result, Shameless fans who remember this scene will be pleasantly pleased to see the actress blow off a little steam in between takes. What has been your favorite scene thus far on the show? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to stay awesome!